Hey everybody, Jeff Mackerlin here, and today I want to talk about something I think is really important to think about, and that is rediscovering why you picked up the instrument in the first place. Being able to play and practice like you might have done when you were really young, without a care in the world. Playing guitar like a child. When you watch little kids play, when I watched my son growing up, they would just play, no judgment. They would just be in that moment, and trying to rediscover that on the instrument has been really, really important to me. And when I do that, I find I become a much happier person. As we get older, I think we just start to really judge ourselves really heavily. I don't think that, I know that, because we compare. We're always comparing ourselves to somebody else. And though that can be good for your development to become a better player, a better person, or a better whatever, sometimes that can really, really get in your way because you spend so much time beating yourself up even before you've had a chance to discover who you are personally. If we think about it, all of our favorite guitar players, or at least all my favorite guitar players, only sound like themselves. To me, that is the hugest thing. And I think in the world of the internet and online lessons and all these things, that can get lost because we see amazing amounts of technique. We see guys who can play amazing things at a really young age. We start judging ourselves the second we pick up the guitar, and we just lose that spark that we had when we were younger. So a few things I do to try to get that back is to just immerse myself in one single idea. For instance, that little intro jam, I improvised that. I'm just going to run this tape here, and I'm going to run the track and just improvise a little bit. I'm playing in D Dorian, no big deal, and I'm just going to let the music carry me. I like that idea, right? So I found a little idea. Right? So I'm going to think about, well, how can I just expand upon that? I heard some music, and I'm going to let myself mess up. It's going to play. And if I hit a bunch of clams, who cares? It's not a gig. And also, look, guys, on gigs, it's not about perfection. My favorite players are the guys that feel like they're playing by the seat of their pants. I don't want to hear somebody play the same guitar solo every night on the same song. So the idea of just putting on a track and rolling with it. All right, so I had that cool little idea. Well, what do I want to do? The idea of maybe motivic development. I'm going to take that same thought and move it up an octave. Let's hear what it's going to sound. Let's rephrase that, or let's get that phrase together. Starting as I started it. Okay, now, I hit a clam, right? I did something there and I messed up. I automatically grimaced. I don't know if you caught that. Maybe it's off camera at this point. Because I'm filming and I'm thinking, what I thought in my head is, oh man, I got to put this on YouTube. People are going, I suck. I can't believe I made that mistake. That's something, and I battle this demon all the time.
You shall not pass!
Of who my friends are, who I'm in the same, who I jam with, who my buddies are, and they're all great guitar players. I'm grateful to be in this group of people who I'm friends with. But it's very hard to turn off this comparative thing, right? You're jamming with Matt Schofield or Robin Ford, and you're like, oh man, I'm up there with some of the best, and I have to not get in my own head. And one of the ways, as I'm saying, to do this is to just play. Try to channel some of this stuff. So first of all, never be unprepared. That's huge. If you got to get up on a jam with someone, pick something that you know you can play over fairly well. And then also, I will just experiment on the guitar. Develop tapping in or re-tapping in to where the music can take you. And you have to practice it. I'm going to say that again. You have to practice improvising. You have to practice getting in the zone. You have to practice expanding upon ideas. And you need to do it with no judgment of what you're doing at that moment. And that's really, really difficult. If you mess up like I did, just let it go. Like if you messed up on a gig prior to everybody filming you with a freaking cell phone, you would never have thought twice about it. Sometimes you see these videos, you're like, oh man, like there's that one little note of the whole thing. So it as an experience as a performer and as an educator and as a YouTuber and all these things, these are really things that I think about all the time. We all do. All my friends who do YouTube videos, it's the same thing. If you see some video of somebody totally killing it, you don't know how many takes that took to get together. Just a quick second, if you like my videos, please hit the like and subscribe button. Also, I have my Arpeggios Unlocked ebook and mini course available for free using the link above or below. And also, my Pentatonic Connections course is on sale for half off using the link above and below. And I think those ideas can really help you with what I'm talking about here. All right, so I'm a little rambling here, but the idea is just letting the track run and letting the music lead you. So I'm just going to do it again. See where I go. Try a different position. I like that. Not kind of messing around. All right, so just noodling there. And you can see how at certain times things weren't connecting. That's fine. And then at some points in there, I started to get into an idea that started to connect. At one point, I fell into this kind of double stop note ringing idea. And I kind of thought that was cool. And then, all right, well, let me just take that through the scale. Kind of cool, right? So just I took this idea, and what I might do is, well, let me try it on another set of strings. And if I hit a clam, like I just missed some stuff. Who cares? Just you're working on the idea and you're experimenting. You're letting the guitar and the music take you somewhere. You're trying to get into the zone of where you're not judging yourself. You're letting the instrument guide you, the music guide you, the muse guide you, whatever the heck you want to call it. It is something you need to practice. And I forget this all the time too. It's when I'm hanging out and I'm like, man, I don't know, I got to make a YouTube video, I got to get another course together. And then sometimes I feel a bit detached from the actual instrument as a musician, and I'm thinking very much like an educator, and very oftentimes I just put on a track and just have at it. And I find that that works really, really great for me. I try to do transcendental meditation as much as I can. And there I go judging myself. I don't always do it, and when I'm into it, I really, really like it, and I do it for a while, and I start getting better at it, and it's working, and then life gets in the way and I'm like, I don't have time today. And then suddenly I haven't done it for a week. It's the same thing with this kind of approach. And they are so similar. The more time you spend to get out of this state of this free thinking, free mind, mindfulness, right? So I'm just thinking about the music. Any thought that enters my head like, oh, you stink, that's not very good. What would insert guitar player here do? What time's dinner? Oh, my phone is, I got to turn off my phone, my phone's, whatever. Put that all out of your head. And you have to concentrate putting it out of your head and just getting in touch with the music. Like I said earlier, it's like when you're a child, you would just draw. It didn't matter how terrible your airplane was that you drew. It didn't matter. You were just having a great time drawing. And that feeling of endless creativity, and you didn't judge yourself. As adults, it's really hard to hold on to that. So one way that I try to get back into that is to just put on something like a one-chord vamp or some sort of tune or a blues backing track or something, and just let it roll and keep on playing over it. And don't expect anything from yourself like a great solo or anything. You're just experimenting. If you have a little bit of a germ of an idea, follow it. Follow it to the end and see where it goes. If you keep on screwing up physically, it's okay. You'll get it. You're just working through being in the zone. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little more, I guess, esoteric than some of the stuff I'd like to talk about, but I do think it's important to discuss this. You can look at it in any sort of way. You're going inside yourself, you're looking for a higher power, you're trying to tap into the universe, whatever way works for you, whatever you want to think about. It is just a way to get back in touch with why you played the instrument, what was exciting about it, and how you can develop your own voice. It's by doing these sort of things that you develop your own voice as well. I'm Jeff McErlane. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and that helps me out a lot. And I'll see you over JM Guitar Lessons, or I'll see you here next time.